Hello, welcome back to the Figuring Out podcast. This is the second episode with Jake, Alex, and Layton. Your new favorite co-hosts ever.
Co-hosts? I thought we were all in this together.
Yeah, that's why we're called co-hosts, not just like the host and the two guests.
Okay.
That's why it's called co-hosts.
We're all in this together.
Like, Alex,
we're all figuring it out.
We're all in this together. Copyright.
I can't remember the rest of the words.
Neither can I.
Alex is a pilot. He should know this. Co-pilot.
Yeah. So let's start this off by saying that. Wow. Let's start this off by saying that first episode was a little bit of a mess.
All over the place.
It was all over the place. I introduced y'all like twice before we actually did intros, and then I asked you guys to give your names. So it was kind of all over the place. It was kind of
bit.
We plan to be a bit more organized this time.
We're gonna try.
We're gonna try.
We're gonna figure it out.
You know. Okay. Wow.
Sorry, I can't help it.
You don't have to react to it. Just keep going.
I was gonna try and be a little inspirational there, but it's not gonna work because when I try and be inspirational, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, you're right. You should stay away from that.
Yeah.
So
we don't like inspiration.
Anyways,
here.
First episode was a little messy. We didn't know. We don't. We're totally new to this. We have no experience podcasting whatsoever. I've never introed an episode before that, and you guys have never talked on a podcast before that either. So we're all new to this. It was all kind of everywhere, but this episode should be better. And following it, it kind of had a serious tone to it. It kind of had a. It wasn't as fun.
It was formal introduction,
Yeah, kind of establishing who we are and everything. So I think this episode is the fun one.
Is lighthearted but formal a thing? Because I feel like that's the best way to describe the last episode.
Yeah.
I call myself professionally friendly when I'm at work.
Business casual.
Yeah,
business casual, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You started singing it, and I was going to say it. High School Musical. What do you guys think of it?
I've never seen it, never read the books, know nothing about it.
There's books?
Yeah.
Oh, of High School Musical?
I'm pretty sure. When I was in first
so
grade, went to a private school. There was a little bookshelf in my classroom, and I think it had High School Musical books.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That's incredible. You
Good
remember
to know that exists. I'm going to have to go on Amazon and find these. Okay. What, Layden, you were going to say something?
I was just going to say, I kind of talked over you doing it, but that's incredible he remembered that in first grade.
Yeah.
Like
I can't remember anything.
I can't remember
for people
anything
who
since like 12th grade. So.
Yeah. We have horrible memories here, but I remember that.
It's bad. Layden, did you ever watch High School Musical?
I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
Classic 2000s childhood.
It was very I don't remember hardly anything about it. I'll be honest.
That is pretty fair. I watched it semi recently, and I watched all of them with Jenna. Jenna's my sister.
In a row?
Yeah. Well,
whoa.
Not like in one sitting.
Okay.
But yes, in sequential order. I did watch 1, 2, and 3, in order. I didn't start with 3.
That's
I think I've only seen really.
That's a lot of high school. That's
How
3 years of high school.
Probably one, like the first one, probably.
More than me.
The first one's really good.
Whatever the one.
Yeah, those are the only Disney movies I like, though.
The only
one Disney movies
that I can think of right now.
Only one I've seen is the one with
Troy Bolton and Gabriella. That one?
Probably. You just tricked me, didn't you?
Those are the two main characters.
Okay. Thank you for. Why did you feel the need to do that?
You were struggling so much, I couldn't help myself.
I'm trying to think of her name because I was trying to think of the actual actress name.
Sharpay.
She's a singer. What is her name? I can't think of her name.
You're asking who's a singer in the High School Musical movie?
Stop.
I'm
the
sorry.
one in real life. Like
a real life singer, outside of High School Musical.
Very famous today. Why can't I think of her name? This is bothering so much.
Clue who
Give me a second,
about.
I might be able to think of her name.
While Layton thinks of that,
yeah, go ahead.
You can't think of a single other Disney movie that you like besides the High School Musical movies. Do you remember, man, like 8th grade or something, we were all addicted to singing Let It Go from Frozen?
Okay, you guys were into that.
You were singing
I
it
sung
too,
along, but
in the back of my mom's minivan.
Yeah. No, but I can't. No, I didn't really like Frozen very much.
You didn't like it?
I loved it.
We all love Frozen.
I don't know.
Jake's just denying it.
I don't know. It's just a typical
No
Disney
other
movie.
Disney movie. You didn't like any of them.
Rattle off a few. See, let's jog my memory, you two.
I can't remember freaking movies. Was Zootopia?
Zootopia was good, actually.
Zootopia's a good movie.
Zootopia was a fun movie. You would say
Sing?
Zootopia.
I like Zootopia. Sing?
Yeah,
Sing, was that
I'm sure
Disney?
you just like the movie. What?
Was Sing?
Sing sucked.
Sing sucked? No, it didn't.
The only good part about Sing
Was
was
the
when the
songs.
gorillas started singing "I'm Still Standing" by Elton John.
That was
That
yeah.
was a good
That
scene.
was the best part.
That was the best part about it. After that, it was bad.
What's another Disney movie?
Leighton.
Nah,
Are you
I'm
looking
looking.
at
Well, what
Disney?
about
I'm
like the
looking
older?
because I'm trying to find her.
What about the older
Alice in
Disney
Wonderland?
movies? Alice in
Actually,
Wonderland?
I did not think about that until just then. That is my favorite movie
Okay.
ever. Like, period. Disney or not.
Really?
And it just so happens that it's by Disney. That is my
All right.
favorite movie.
See, you have 2 now.
Yes.
Good job.
Well, 4 because I like all the High School
Well,
Musical
I was-
movies.
2 series or a series
Oh,
and a
yeah.
movie.
A series, yeah, a series.
You thought of it,
movie.
Leighton?
No,
know her
I'm
name?
trying to find it.
Do we count Marvel because Marvel's owned by Disney?
I count Marvel movies as separate.
That's fair.
Speaking of Marvel, superhero fans,
Ah, kind
yeah.
of.
Okay,
Marvel
so
Avengers. Oh, you found it?
I was a
no,
little bit
it
into
wouldn't
it.
have been the first one because the first one doesn't have her in it, so it's not the first one that I saw.
He's
so I
narrowing
guess
it
I don't think
down.
I've ever seen the first one. Then
Oh, you're looking up. You're still on.
He's
oh.
still on High
I'm
School the
still
Musical.
trying
Okay, I was
find
just
it,
making
yeah.
sure. I was
I'm
just making
listening,
sure.
but I'm trying to find it.
You
No,
more?
I thought you were just looking up Disney movies to try to like rattle off a few. Like,
No.
Alex. I was like, dude, how long does it take to look up Disney movies?
Yeah, honestly, if
No.
we're gonna talk about like superheroes, though, we really need Sam.
Sam's the superhero.
He's
guy.
our superhero.
Thoroughly.
nerd.
Sam would have
For sure.
Also, Sam would have guessed who I was trying to
Absolutely.
talk about
Yeah.
immediately.
He's our movie nerd in
The
general.
only actual name that I remember, the only 2 names I remember from High School Musical are Ashley Tisdale and Zac Efron.
Yeah. It's
You just keep thinking
yeah, I'm
over there.
thinking about it.
When it comes to Marvel, I liked Marvel. It was fun. Up until like Phase 4, like the end of Phase 4.
I
when
don't
they
know.
really-
I'm too little of a Marvel fan to know what Phase 4
It's
is.
when they kind of started playing with, like, I'm trying to think of a way to say this without making it sound bad.
Was it when? Was
when
it
they
around the time they? Was it like before Infinity War, after Infinity
It
War?
was right after Endgame.
Okay.
Endgame
okay.
ended. I think Endgame ended Phase 3,
Yeah.
and then all movies after that were Phase 4.
I'm so dumb. I
What?
realize she's not the person in the movie I've been thinking of. It's
a
not
completely
High
different
School
person.
Musical at
Who
all.
is it?
Yeah, I'm about to look it up because I just remembered the name of the movie.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
laugh at
gosh.
you so hard when you
Please
say this.
don't.
I'm just.
Please
I promise you.
don't.
Go ahead.
I'm looking it
I'm
up.
gonna
You
turn.
can-
I'll turn up your gain and
No.
everything, so you're nice
Don't
and
mess up our
clear.
sound again, dude.
Don't worry,
No.
I'll keep it at the
Jake
same.
was playing with our levels
It
earlier.
wasn't High School Musical. It was Camp Rock that I was
Oh,
thinking
Wow,
of.
with Demi
Yeah.
Lovato.
Yes.
Oh
that's
my
what
God.
I was thinking of.
Kind of
I
similar.
can see the. I
Yeah.
can see
You
the
can see the-
similarities. I can see it.
I just never cared about like High School Musical at all. So when I saw Camp Rock, I guess I thought it
You
was
thought
like
it
That's
the
the
High
one
School
where it's
Musical?
like boom, 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 Camp Rock. you know?
Yeah.
I watched those too. Those
Yeah.
sucked.
I can't
watched
believe
all
I
of them.
didn't
That was
remember
that had
Demi
the Jonas
Lovato.
Brothers in it too.
I can't remember. I
The Jonas
didn't-
Brothers?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah.
Demi Lovato and the Jonas Brothers, and I don't remember if there were other ones, but
I think maybe
those were mid,
some.
hardcore mid.
Back on Marvel real quick, though.
Yeah, sorry.
The only Marvel movies I actually really like are Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dude, the third one was so.
The third
good.
one was
The third-
absolutely...
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
yeah.
that one was so good.
The first
It was
one,
good. I
the
liked
first
it. Yeah, I
one was
forgot you saw it
alright.
as
The
well.
second one, that was good. That was
Mhm.
that was set in.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing. It was great. The third one, it was so dramatic. It
Yeah.
was oh yeah.
The when it got closer to the ending, it was really when it started throwing punches
Yeah.
left, right, and center. It was so good.
It was really good.
I love the first one. The first one was.
It was still really good.
It's
I
one
liked
of
it.
it's one of my like higher on my list Marvel
Really?
movies. Yeah, just because of how like fun it is.
I remember seeing the second one at Sam's birthday party at an AMC.
Yeah.
All of us went together.
It was that was the one where they like established who Star-Lord was and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah,
and like
yeah.
who Peter Quill is, and I was like, dude, I love this
Didn't
guy.
we all go together, or was I not
Yeah,
there?
we did.
I
I
think
think
we
I did
did.
because I'm pretty sure that's the night I ate too much popcorn and threw up.
Really?
It was either that or
Oh,
a
you
Star Wars
left
movie.
early.
Did we ever go see a Star Wars movie? With someone?
Not with Sam.
If you guys went to go see a Star Wars movie, I was not with you.
Probably. Then
Unless
it was either
I
that one.
wasn't, but-
Okay, it was. I think you were there, so it probably had to be the Guardian of the
I think it
Galaxy 2
was.
movie. Anyway, I had too much popcorn, threw up, and yeah,
Poor
I went.
thing.
I went and got his mom and stuff, and I felt really bad. And I think she was also.
I think I remember that.
She obviously she was a mom, so she was like not upset, but was upset because I woke her up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That sucks.
We like
Sorry, I
Guardians of the
almost
Galaxy, yeah.
did you?
No, I didn't.
I wasn't serious asking that question either. I
That's
feel
fine.
like that needs to be stated.
Okay. What were you saying, Alex?
There was something Y'all just brought up it's because you said mid. Something I brought up a second ago before we started recording was Gen Z slang.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay, do we want to kind of like move toward Gen Z slang?
We can do a little, sure. What are some
no.
like Gen Z slang words that you actually unironically use? Like we all say like some really stupid stuff just because it's funny sometimes because we know
Yeah.
our generation's
Dude,
crazy.
One of my favorite ones from like the newer slang, and this isn't even Gen Z, I don't think. This is just like
Just slang in
This is
general.
just new slang.
Yeah.
Riz.
Oh yeah.
I freaking
Riz.
love that word.
Yeah.
Yo,
I-
Riz Gyat!
The gat. Oh,
That's the
yeah,
worst
that-
one.
I was
That's
gonna
no
say-
truly a
one, no
meme
one is gonna
slang
listen
word.
past this point
Yeah.
after they hear us say gat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just lost all the adults.
level 3 gat out here, bro.
I
Okay,
do not want to have
actually,
to
though,
explain this to
this
my
is-
mother later, and I'm going to have
that's
to.
why they
because of
listen to
you.
this so they can
Yeah.
understand. This
We-
is a
we-
parents podcast. This
we
is
can explain to our parents our stupid slang. Yeah.
Dude, when I first heard the word Riz, the first thing that I thought was the only people that are legitimately
Gonna
using
use
the
it?
word Riz have no Riz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the sad part about it.
Riz is kind of a word for very dramatically trying to pick up girls.
It's
Like-
Riz is like the umbrella term for like confidence and
I guess so. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
if you've got a lot
Well,
of
actually, yeah. I'm thinking more of the videos themselves. If you have Riz, you have confidence.
yeah, you've
trying
got
to-
that kind of
yeah.
like I don't even know how to
It also-
explain
Riz is
it.
something you
Honestly,
have.
it
Yeah.
kind of also means that you turn the person on a little bit.
A little bit, kind of. It depends on the
Maybe.
context.
Well, if you say that you rizzed her up.
Well,
then-
then that just means that you got her attracted to you.
Yeah.
So
So that doesn't have to mean sexually.
I get a lot of the time it does though.
In some cases,
I guess
yeah.
with standard Gen Z,
At least-
probably. Yeah.
At least
Yeah,
in
maybe.
most of the ways I've seen it used, it's kind of like a sexual undertone to it too.
Most of the ones I've seen are the cringe ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where
That's
it's
the only
like,
ones
"Riz
I've
gat,"
seen.
You know?
No, I haven't seen as
Yeah.
many of
Please,
those.
can I
So,
have
yeah,
your
you
number?
Let's hop on.
Please.
Let's hop onto the gat real quick. The
Oh,
gat is
Oh.
just another term for your butt.
It's
Yeah.
so stupid.
It's,
Oh my gosh.
It's so dumb. It's like, like
Parents,
level 3 gat means you got a big old butt and
Yeah.
everything.
My parents enjoy using like very mild Gen Z slang sometimes just to be kind of funny. Do not use yeah. It's the most awful thing
It
ever.
is
If
so
if I ever
It's
heard
so
my
stupid.
mother or my dad say that, I might
Oh my
throw
God.
up.
It's that
You throw up again. Oh,
gat is the most cringe one yet.
it's
yeah.
the worst one that's come
Riz-
out in the
Why?
past couple of years.
Riz is bad, but gat
It's
is
a whole nother
gat
level.
is not used
use-
outside of a cringe context.
Yeah.
I use yacht for the just shock factor of it.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's what we use when we're joking around on a Discord call before we hop in a
for
game.
real.
Yeah.
And it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
and we're all like out of our minds.
I've explained mid to my parents. They
Yeah.
understand that.
Mid-
that
It's just kind of like
it's just kind of meh. It's
It's
all
okay.
right, you know.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
mean, it's
eh.
literally
It's kind
middle
of-
of the road.
yeah,
Like
I think
yeah,
middle.
it's mid.
I think
middle.
mids originally started as like people calling something mid tier.
yeah.
Yeah,
and then they just
that
took
was
like
shortened
dropped
more.
the
The
tier
tier
part.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just now mid.
Now
Mid.
it's mid. But
Pretty
nobody
mid.
says, "Wow, that's pretty top." Nobody says that.
one
It's
says
just
top.
pretty
Well,
mid.
isn't it like that's S tier is what they'll say now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
S
the
tier.
thing. That was a
S-tier.
thing for a while.
S tier's based off this tier list thing. It's what S A.
B,
It
C,
depends.
D.
There's a bunch of them, but
It's a bunch of letters that signify kind of like grades, so like
Yeah.
A, B, C, D.
and it usually
F.
goes off of
See, you would
S
think
is the top.
You would think A would be the top. In
well,
that
A,
scale.
I think it goes off the same grading level as like video games.
Oh.
Because usually in video games, you go from like F to D to C to
I
B to
didn't know
A,
this.
and then you work your way into S. And in some games, if they really want to layer it on, like Devil May Cry, some Sonic games do it. If you do extra well, you go past S and you get like a double S, or
Yeah.
you get like a triple S. You know, depending on how well you do, depending on all the criteria that the
That
game
shows
has.
you how
That's S
much.
tier.
That shows you how much a nerd I was, because I was just like, no, A plus is the
Yeah.
best.
A plus.
I want an A. What's some other slang or Gen Z words that you guys use?
I don't really know. It's mostly I get all my slang from Josh.
I get
Josh
mine
is
from
the
the
one
stupid
that-
YouTube videos,
Oh my
dude.
God.
Yeah, YouTube is.
Nah, yeah,
Yeah.
Josh is the cringe one in our family.
Does
He's a
he get it
band
from
kid
like
after
middle
all.
school or something? Or he's in high school now.
He's a band kid.
Yeah.
So that should
do the
explain
band kids
enough.
say
No, we
stupid
didn't go
stuff
to
like
public
this?
school. That was
Oh,
something
yeah.
my mother talked about.
Oh,
we should
yeah.
actually talk about.
Oh,
is
We
yeah,
were
that-
homeschooled,
true.
Layden and I.
That can
You
be
were
that could be its
homeschooled.
own episode. Actually,
It could be a whole episode. Maybe we talk about it really briefly here.
Yeah.
Just to
For context, I went to public school. These two were homeschooled. So was Sam.
and Sam, but Sam has a unique perspective because he can actually speak to a little bit of both now.
Yeah,
Just a
he's
little.
because he's in like actual college. Well,
Yeah.
Alex can do the same. He's in
I
college.
guess, but
yeah.
he was only until 4th grade.
Yeah, and then I was homeschooled for a year, but otherwise,
Third actually. Right.
and then you.
Fourth.
I think
No.
Leighton, you mentioned that you were.
Kindergarten. It doesn't count.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so
How's
that's
that not
for
count?
another time.
Yeah.
But
How's that not count?
Kindergarten doesn't count. You don't have like any like.
you don't have bad influences
Yeah.
in kindergarten.
I mean,
Oh,
barely.
for that. Oh, I was thinking
Yeah.
like homeschool years. I was like, wait, what?
Oh no, yeah.
Okay.
I
see
say
what
the
you
reason I say kindergarten doesn't count is because I didn't get a true like. There's what are kindergartners gonna like? You don't even get bullied really in kindergarten. Not
Yeah,
really.
Not really.
mean. Yeah, I guess so.
Not to the point. Not to the
Not
point
like
that you
it-
could.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
as soon as you get into like second, third grade.
Not when you're
fourth
old
grade.
enough to understand what bullying
Yeah.
is.
Maybe somebody's mean to you, but it's just
Everyone's just rude in kindergarten.
the very next day
'Cause
they're
everybody's,
your
everybody's
best
a
friend.
kid.
So.
You know, they don't. It's either you're nice or you're not,
Yeah.
and it's not like you're doing it on purpose. It's just that that's how it is.
Yeah.
What were we talking about beforehand?
School. Oh, before the school.
Before school,
Gen Z slang.
Yeah.
Gen Z slang. Oh yeah,
Josh
So
being
Josh
a
is
kid.
Josh is a band kid.
Yeah.
And for anybody, most people that will listen to this know what a band kid is.
Oh
when
yeah.
I say that.
I mean, I know what it is, but
Yeah.
I don't
But-
have experience.
Usually the stigma that comes with being a band kid.
Waterboarder.
I thought you
He's-
said waterboarder. I was like,
Borger.
yeah, band kids waterboard
For
people.
all the audio listeners out there, Alex just drank. Some
I drank
out
some
of the-
Whataburger.
Yeah.
We got Whataburger beforehand.
We did.
But so a band kid is like it's a student that's in a marching band, and then
I just realized some people couldn't see me whenever
yeah.
I picked up my Whataburger
Yes,
cup and I
that's
just
why I
Whataburger.
and, yeah, we both explained
Yeah,
it
yeah.
already. you're preaching to the
Pretty
choir
funny.
here,
Go
pal.
on.
So usually the stigma that comes with band kids is that they're really cringe because they're the type of people that will watch those like Instagram reels and like YouTube shorts and TikToks where it's just like all the gat riz everything.
On Fortnite.
Yeah, that's the one
probably-
where it's the hold up. That meme, that's where that came from. Or not like that's where it came from, but like those are the kind of people that will watch those
Yeah.
videos and then they'll go do that. They're just kind of cringe.
Uh-huh.
And all the band kids out there,
Modern-day
all the
band
band
kid.
people out there, no disrespect.
My
Josh-
dad was in a band.
Yeah,
Was in band in high school.
My brother's in band. He's an all right guy. But that's just because he's my brother and he's
Yeah.
a punk. But like all the band kids out there, no disrespect, no flack. You guys are funny in your own
But
way.
you watch Fortnite videos with Yacht.
Yeah, but you watch like the top 10 biggest Fortnite booties and videos and stuff. So a little bit of flack,
A little bit.
just a little bit. But yeah, so that's what a band kid is just kind of a cringy individual that's in marching band.
Something else we could kind of get into here. It's something that's kind of a joke throughout Gen Z, I think. It's that there's kind of a line around 2004, 2005 where there's the older half of Gen Z than the younger half. And there's
that's
like
true.
a line where they are very different.
It's
It's
like-
like a whole different generation.
It's like those videos that you see,
Yeah.
reels and stuff. That it's like the 2000, like anybody born before 2004 will know this or blah blah blah. That the
It's like
people
that,
after
except
don't.
Yeah,
it's kind of humor and like
yeah,
maturity. They're maturing in almost a different way. They're like, we grew up with a lot of technology, I think, which shaped us
Yeah.
to being the stupid people we are today. But the younger half of Gen Z grew up even more like already having that there than us even. We grew up with like flip phones whenever we were younger, and then we got into the iPhones.
yeah.
They're growing up more starting with the iPhones, the old ones, into the new ones. And I think they're kind of getting into the social media aspect of technology even sooner than maybe we did.
Yeah, I can
I don't
see
know,
that.
but I think
Yeah.
it's affecting them like it did us.
They're
but
introduced
even
to TikTok at
hardcore.
an even younger age.
Yeah.
I saw something the
Oh,
other
how
day
awful.
that it was these kids didn't know what a keyboard and mouse was, like they didn't know how to use it type
What?
thing.
What?
Yes, they didn't know how to use it because the only games they've ever played are
Was on
like
their
on
phone?
phones
Oh
and
my God.
iPads
Are you
and stuff.
serious?
So they put a controller in front of them because most kids nowadays know how to use controllers. So sure, maybe they don't know how to use a keyboard and mouse, but controller, Xbox,
Uh-huh.
PlayStation, whatever. They give it to him, and he like apparently these really young kids moved it aside and tried to touch the monitor
Oh my
because they
gosh.
thought it was touchscreen.
That's kind of bad.
Yeah,
I
it was-
mean, I feel like that's extreme.
It is
cases,
extreme.
though.
It is extreme, but like we're
That's-
moving that direction.
Yeah, that's pretty concerning still.
I've seen
Yeah.
these videos making fun of Gen Zers, the older half, us, where it's parents asking what their kids what they would do if the bank asked them for their social. Like, what do you think the bank would mean when they ask for your social?
Social security number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these kids think it's like their Instagram handle, their social.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
That-
Yeah.
Like their social
Really?
media.
Yeah, their social media, not like their social security. It's like, what?
Well, most.
Wow.
Okay, be honest.
Speaking of social media,
wait,
follow me at Jake's a photographer
Heck yeah.
and
Real
Alex
Chilix.
at Real Chilix.
I'm not on Instagram anymore. I mean, I am,
Mm.
but I don't get on it enough.
Yeah.
Don't. It's,
Sorry, it was a chance for a shameless plug. I
That's
had to do
fair.
it. You were
Okay.
saying
Ourselves.
man, you made me forget. I'll remember
that
in
sounds
just
like
a second.
terrible personal problem.
Yeah, it is a personal
L.
problem. I took a L. It's fine. Oh, that's
another one.
slang. Yeah,
L and F.
Or
L and
you
F.
took an L or
Um,
something.
L. I mean,
That's pretty obvious.
just-
Most people know that.
yeah, you took an L. You
F
know, it
is
represents-
loss.
more Gen Z
You took a
slang.
loss. F is F.
That's from an old Call of Duty
Yeah.
game, isn't it? Yeah.
Actually, it's not old. It's Advanced Warfare.
Okay.
I think it's Advanced Warfare. There's a scene in the game where you walk up to a dead comrade, like it's his funeral, and
Or is it
hits,
Halo?
It's COD. I
Okay.
played it. And you walk up and you hit, hold F, and it says like the prompt is press F to pay respects.
Oh
And
yeah.
so to say like F is to be like you acknowledge that like
Pay
someone
respects.
someone
You
know,
acknowledge
on,
a loss.
someone on
Yeah.
Instagram like calls an Instagram model hot or something, and she's like you're cool or like just hearts
F for
it or
that,
doesn't
dude.
even or like says something dumb back and doesn't kind of like hurts him in a way, and then everybody's like an F because they're like you just took a massive L.
Yeah.
Like
Anytime
well, I'm
Jake
sorry for
dies
your
in the
loss.
game, we all spam F.
Yeah, true.
That's what I was gonna ask. By the way, do y'all know your social securities by heart?
Yeah, I can name it right now.
No, I saved mine on my phone.
I
know
actually
some-
can't name it right now. I haven't memorized.
Okay, I have mine memorized too.
Yeah.
I actually, this isn't too personal because it's actually pretty common among companies and stuff. But I'm not gonna do anything. Don't worry.
I really thought you were just gonna name your
The
social app.
no,
I was like,
no. He's
it's
like,
not that.
"What?"
It's not that personal.
not that
Proceeds
personal.
to name off your digits.
Social.
I
No.
was not ready for that.
But in order for me to get gas, we have gas cards and stuff on my truck, and
Oh.
so when I get gas, I have to type in the last 4 of my social to get gas to
In like
approve
the
it.
gas pump?
Yeah.
That seems.
So I type in mileage and then I type in my social.
I
Huh.
should install.
Well, not the whole
we
thing,
should put
the
like
last 4.
keyloggers on there.
People do.
Yeah, that
That's
seems like
something
kind
I
of a
could talk
security
about,
threat,
but yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that once again, tech and all
Yeah.
that can be another.
People put
It can be.
keyloggers on everything.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was interesting since we were talking about socials a little
Yeah.
while ago.
I remember the last 4 of my social because it used to be this exact it used to match the last 4 of my
Yeah, you
debit
told me.
card for a while.
Yeah.
I have a new debit card, so
Oh no.
Too
Oh,
bad.
no.
Can't
But,
steal his info now.
Now but you can't ever show that debit card.
Oh, never. But yeah, it was
You'll
just
get
really
recognized
funny.
in the store. Someone's gonna swipe it from you.
Yeah, true.
I got it.
I got Jake's credit card. Run off. Yeah, I guess that's the issue with
My hair.
starting a podcast or something like that. Is if it ever blows up, then
We're not gonna. blow up.
people will recognize us and they'll be like, "Oh, hey, it's those guys."
It's not
Yeah,
a
but
bad
we're gonna
thing.
stop talking about this so that we don't go on another security rant.
Yeah, true. That's a good idea.
Move on.
What are we moving on to though?
I don't know, but
That's
we
a-
just need to
We,
move
we
on.
were joking about how Texans. We went to Whataburger because I mentioned I was drinking my Whataburger.
That was a while.
Sweet
That was a
tea.
while back into the conversation.
We
but
we
we'll
were
run with
talking
it.
about how Texans call Whataburger though.
Yeah.
I
No,
used to
Like it's the default.
yeah,
I
no one
used to
from
think-
Texas does that.
I used to think it was literally like I never knew how to spell it. I didn't care
it was
enough
spelled
to
water.
learn how to spell it.
Yeah.
And so I always thought it was Waterburger.
Yeah.
And so I would spell it like water burger.
I feel like that also goes hand in hand with the dyslexia
it
part.
does. I'm dyslexic.
Well,
we haven't talked
everyone
about
says
that.
that
But
though.
Yeah, but I mean like the spelling part.
Oh, like actually spelling
Like
it.
spelling it
water
yes,
Whataburger.
yes. See, I would have
To
actually like
enunciate
a
it.
couple of years ago. I would have actually spelled it like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, honestly, I like Whataburger, but it's not restaurant tier list.
No.
It's kind of
Really?
No,
it's kind of like
it's-
D tier.
It's very mid.
B.
It's
D?
mid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's,
It's
mid.
mid. Oh, I wouldn't call
it's
it
a
mid.
little.
That's too
And
It's
low.
some-
worse than mid for me. a
And
little bit.
some, yeah, and some Whataburgers, you take an L, and some you take a W.
Yeah,
So.
that's another one. W
We've
just
had
means
some
you
bad
took a win.
experiences, but the burgers are always good, I think.
They're not-
Yeah, I've had better fast food burgers.
I do
They're-
get the fancy ones, though. I don't get just like, Whataburger Junior. I
That's
get like
true. Like
the sweet and
plain.
spicy bacon burger, something like loaded
Yeah.
up.
You get the ultra deluxe super bacon cheeseinator.
XR Ultra.
Yeah, deluxe edition.
iPhone references now.
This is
Going back to technology.
Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of low tier on my personal list. You know, it's not the best, but it's not the worst by any means. In-N-Out is even lower than that. I hate In-N-Out.
Really?
You
Yeah.
hate In-N-Out?
So many people are going to
not
disagree with that.
Not that I hate it, but it's just like it's worse than it's. I mean, like they're all kind of just mediocre burgers. You know, like
what burger do you like?
thin
then?
friggin' patties with
That's
Sonic.
That's a big thing for
burgers.
some people. Sonic? So Sonic's pretty low on my
That
tier list.
Yeah.
though I will say, Sonic is not really known for their food, but when I need a quick burger, I run to Sonic. It's got all the sauces on it.
We've
and
had some
everything.
bad experiences at Sonic. At
Really?
least my family has. Oh, yeah.
I've only had
Several
good experiences
times.
at Sonic.
And
I love
multiple
Sonic.
Sonics. Really.
Their Dr. Pepper, at least about the ones by my house, is perfect.
There's
It's so good.
there's a McDonald's by the college I go to, and I've become a regular there. The manager, and all the other people, recognize me when I pull into their curbside slot because I've
him.
been there so much.
I have a
Oh, yeah, they got right, especially with the Jeep I drive,
Yeah, I was
man.
about to say with the cherry.
Yeah, I go each, Monday and Wednesday at the exact same time pretty much. And, they know me. I've been doing it for, a year now or so.
I go to a donut shop almost every morning.
You regular donut
Really?
shop.
Yeah.
I usually run to a McDonald's in the morning, but recently I've kind of reevaluated it because, yeah, I mean it's only $8 in the every morning, but
That's a lot each
$8 a
day.
day adds up quick. Like at the end of the,
It's like the people who get Starbucks each morning for 20
Yeah.
years, and it's up to $5,000 or
Yeah.
something.
and then I realized that if I didn't spend so much money on fast food, that I would
You
have a
wouldn't be
lot
broke.
more money. Yeah, I wouldn't be broke. That's the best way of putting
Yeah.
it. So, I've kind of reevaluated that recently. I got my breakfast paid for by a coworker this morning
Ooh.
though, so that was nice.
Nice.
That I did take that offer up, and I was like, "Give me that."
Right now.
There's a question. What do you guys think of McDonald's breakfast?
I love it.
I don't
Yeah.
have it very
Dude.
often, but it's pretty good when I have it.
Big fan
Fuck
of
my
a good sausage biscuit.
Dude,
Yeah.
the breakfast burrito with some picante sauce on it. Holy moly. Oh, yeah.
Breakfast burritos can be pretty divisive for me.
Really?
It really depends on where it's from. Like Fuzzies is so good.
They have a good one.
But like McDonald's, that kind of stuff.
I
kinda
like their
iffy.
hash browns.
Their hash browns are
Those are
really
good.
good.
Always.
I recently started getting the sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, and it's just an egg and cheese
Yeah.
extra, and
Dude,
it's perfect.
you put jam on those?
I do
They're
not.
so good with jam on them.
I've
Try it.
never been one for jam and sausage kind of thing.
Strangely good, man.
I can see that, and I've tried it before, like with regular breakfast at my house, but it's never been something that I could sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna devour
You
this
haven't
right
tried it with a McDonald's sausage?
now." I
yet,
haven't,
though.
and I don't plan to.
Oh, you should.
Pretty close-minded about
That,
that.
that was a pretty good shutdown right there. I don't plan to.
Yeah.
No.
I'm usually willing to open to eating new stuff.
You just
I'm not
against-
very
I
I'm
can
not a
tell.
very picky person. I have thinned out.
Yeah,
Okay,
you have,
I
you
have.
have.
I used to be a
You
lot
have.
heavier than I am.
I
now.
actually
I
noticed
just
when
have
we were
to.
getting dinner, you were thinner. You
Yeah,
were good, man.
I got
know.
out of the shower and I was sitting in my gray sweatpants and I was like shirtless and I was like, "Dang, I look good." And I was like, "Whoa, who's this guy?"
You 100% made
Hello.
muscles at yourself, didn't
Well,
you?
I didn't.
100%. Yes, you did.
I may be a little guilty.
Yeah, you
of,
made muscles
like when
at
I'm waiting
yourself.
for my shower to warm up.
You're like,
I'll sit there in the mirror and I'll be like, "Oh my god, I have muscles." Like I'll flex it, and not in like a, "Oh yeah, like I look so good," like posing in the mirror and
Is it more of a
everything.
shock? Like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I
it's
have
it's
muscle.
really like I'll find myself doing that and I'll flex in the mirror and then I'll laugh and I'll be like, "Oh my god, I can see my muscles."
No
That's
way.
crazy. I used to be like 220 for context. And then working at Discount Tire and moving all the time, and especially in the Texas heat, and now especially that I'm eating less, because like still having trouble eating a little bit, So skipping some meals and kind of just like not eating much in the first place, along with working a lot, has really just slimmed me down.
I can tell.
And it's crazy.
Yeah. Good for
Yeah.
you.
The only thing I need to fix now is my sleep schedule.
That's
That's falling apart
Need
right
some
now.
melatonin.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
gonna
that-
take some work.
That puppy's killing me.
You
We
want to
gotta
talk about
put-
it?
Are you the
Yes.
only one taking care of it?
No, we all are, but it's an effort on all of our parts.
You seem like you take care of it a lot, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Kind of. It's also just a mix of like poor
Maybe-
sleeping habits.
Maybe I just call it bad times then.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. I call it bad times. I'll just stop calling him. He doesn't want to hear from
Denied.
me.
you actually, for the most part, you have very bad timing.
Oh my!
Like
Well, he
God.
gets
there-
off work later
there
than
are
both of us. I
Yeah,
think.
No, but
doesn't-
even when
yeah.
he's at work, like there are rare occasions where he'll be like
I've been called
driving
when-
to a place,
yeah.
and he'll call me, and I'll be on the toilet. Like I will have just sat down, pants at my ankles, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to pull up my YouTube, and I'm about to sit here for an hour straight, and then my phone starts buzzing, and I'm like, what? And then it pops up Leighton's face on my phone, and I'm like, exactly what I wanted to see while I was sitting on the toilet. And so I'm like, I reply with a text, hey, I'm on the toilet right now. Can I call you in a second?
Usually I'm
And
in
then
math class or in the middle of a
genuinely-
shopping run.
Genuinely, I will say, can I call you in a second? And then I
He
completely
forgets.
forget to.
Yeah.
I get off, I go to my room, sit at my desk,
Turn on your anime again.
pop open Risk of Rain, because I recently got the remastered game that they made. They remade the first game,
Really?
and I'm in love with it. It is so good, but I'll get into that another time. Hop on there, and I'm just, it's
It's gone.
out of sight, out of mind. I really think I have ADD.
Oh, 100%.
Maybe.
Everybody around me says that, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, can I go to the doctor to check if I have ADD or something like that? And she's like, No, you don't have ADD. You're fine. So I'm like,
You're 18. You could go to yourself.
shrug my shoulders. I'm like, all right, Mom, okay. I can't pay for a doctor's visit.
Fair.
You insane?
Oh.
You just called me broke. I'm trying to budget so
I
I
called you
don't.
broke 5 minutes ago.
I'm
Why didn't you go to the doctor?
I'm trying to avoid a McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah, and he's like, go to the doctor.
Yeah, you should go to the hospital and get a CAT scan.
Yeah.
Don't cost that much.
No, but I
It's
don't
only a
know.
professional evaluation.
It doesn't cost that much.
You
if
only
have
have
good
to pay the
insurance.
doctor and the radiologist and the hospital.
Hey, insurance pays for most of it if you have insurance. And
We
right-
might, but
you're-
I don't have insurance. My
You're
family
covered.
does.
Yeah, you're covered under your
Yeah, your family was
parents,
covered.
which
I don't know how
probably
insurance
have
works.
decent
I'm
insurance.
very poorly prepared for adult life.
Yeah, I can
That's
tell.
why we're making this podcast.
We all are.
So we can figure it out.
I can give you some tips that I know about some things, but
Yeah. But how much do you know about insurance policies? I should really go to
More
State.
than you.
I should really go to State Farm. I think it
Where's
was
State Farm?
Jake from State Farm.
Oh, Jake.
I'm willing to bet money that if I went there and I was like, "Hey, I'm Jake. Could I get it? Could I get a discount?" They'd be like, "No."
they'd hire you.
They'd say, "No. You get the full price, or you don't get it." And then
Yeah.
I'd be like, "But I'm Jake," and they'd be like, "Okay, Jake, nice to meet you."
We have millions
from
of
the ad,
customers
can't you
named
see?
that. They're like, I have millions of customers named
Yeah. If we gave you a discount, we'd have to give every single other Jake a
Can't do
discount.
that.
Hate that logic. Why can't you just make a special exception for me?
Yeah.
You know?
What if
I should win the
am
lottery.
Jake?
So
I
you
should
mean
go-
you like Karen logic?
Yeah. I hate Karen logic. That's so bad.
Yeah.
No, but I should win the lottery. I should go get a Powerball
That's a great
ticket.
idea, man.
And
Split it with me, please.
Yeah. I'm gonna go buy out an entire booth of lottery tickets, and I will win at least one.
If one of y'all won the lottery, would you actually share with like
No.
the whole group? Nah, you just do
He's
it
not
yourself.
generous enough.
I I wouldn't share the money with you. I'd take you guys where if I like because
Oh, okay.
guaranteed if I won the lottery,
We'd have to spend it through you. You'd
Yeah.
be making the decisions.
because if I won the lottery, I'm like without a doubt in my mind, I would take off work. I wouldn't stop working because
Smart.
it's
Smart.
still good to have a work ethic. It's still good to be a working adult.
The people who don't do that when they win the lottery are the ones who spend it all and go broke again.
Yeah. And it's hard to spend as much as some lotteries give you. Like if you won the Powerball, there's no way you could spend that much money.
F-35.
Can you,
You make
buy
a
that?
very enticing.
Well, maybe not now. Maybe in like 100 years or something.
Anyway.
You
dead.
could buy multiple older military aircraft.
Okay, but you'd be dead for that
So-
35.
if I won the lottery, guaranteed I would still work. I would, take it in installments or whatever, and then I would travel. I would get a new camera and I'd travel everywhere. I'd
Yeah.
go see the entire world as much as I possibly can. So if that were the case, I'd bring you guys along with me, and I'd be like, yeah, guys, let's go rent a nice car. Let's go screw around, have fun. But I would not give you money.
Not your money.
Not unless you guys helped me win the lottery by buying out another stall worth of,
Well, then we might
tickets.
as well just win it ourselves and keep it for ourselves.
Well, that's the thing. If we're all putting in the
you.
effort to get one, then I won it, then I would be like, okay, yeah, you guys spent the
Split
money
the
on
cost
the
of
tickets.
each ticket 3 ways.
Yeah, I'd be like, you know what, you guys helped like this idea. You guys bought tickets as well. I'll give you some money. Then it's a little different. I wouldn't give my family any money.
Oh wow.
No, because that's the thing. We talked about this. Jenna was like, "Would you give me money?" I'd be like, "No."
No.
You cry about it. Watch me get this nice car I want.
In your face.
Yeah, I'm gonna move out this day.
Yeah.
Like,
Dear
no
sister,
chance.
I love you, but you're not getting any money.
dear sister, dear brother, dear mom. I pay my parents a little bit because my parents raised me.
Yeah, your parents literally
I'll
paid
pay
for
'em back.
I'm
everything.
obligated to give them a few million. But
just to cover for putting up with you.
Jenna and Josh, though, they're on their own.
I've been a very
can
expensive
have-
child. I had a lot of medical bills because I was born premature, so
Yeah,
I owe
like-
my parents a
like you-
lot of money.
Little twig,
No, yeah.
spindly little fingers everywhere. You can pick locks with those things.
Oh my god.
What would you do if you won the lottery, Alex?
Buy a plane.
Fair enough.
That-
Probably
yeah.
some nice property
I-
out in the mountains somewhere or something. We were looking
Yes.
at a while ago.
That'd be cool.
I recently followed an account on Instagram, and it's a plane account, and it's just a
Oh,
bunch
yeah.
of like plane stuff.
Yeah.
It's like one guy starting up his plane, doing the whole process.
I
I
have
was,
several of
I
those.
was like, dude, I want to start flying. That looks cool.
Should.
You know what? I should.
Do you have the money?
No.
Do you have the
Yeah,
time?
again, Jake is broke.
Do you
I have
have
the
the
time. Oh, you
patience?
better believe I have the time.
Do you have the
I've
patience?
got the time to sit here and talk into a
Yeah.
microphone
Do
for an
you
hour.
have the patience?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Possibly. I don't really know.
I don't
have
think
the
so.
patience to figure
The
that out.
maybe is like a good answer.
That is such a dumb joke. Yeah. I don't know. I think it'd be fun to fly. Alex,
It is.
you're saying though, other than buy a plane, would you do anything with
Property.
Let's say you won the Powerball for like $70 billion. What would you do with that?
Like you said, I probably realistically wouldn't spend it all.
Yeah.
I'd say I'd invest it, but what's the point in investing
What's
What's
70
the-
billion?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you have
Put every single bit
I
of the
guess I
$7
could.
billion into like Bitcoin or something.
it tanks the
I
next
own
day.
10
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
seriously.
Literally tanks the next day.
You flex for like the 5 hours that you
Yeah.
have all of the stocks of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You're just like, guys,
I could
check
buy
it out.
Amazon.
Oh my god, you could.
I don't know. I probably wouldn't actually spend that much of it. I just
Yeah.
have a bunch saved up. I'd use it for like maybe
I'd
some
invest
nice
in-
steaks and
If I
plane
had
fuel.
that much money, I'm too
With my
generous of a
family.
person. I'd just be like,
I'd be Mr. Beasting it all.
yeah, seriously.
70
know.
million for you.
Until
70 million
I
for
got
you.
down to my last few billion, then I'd probably
Oh,
save
Last
some
few
of it,
billion.
and
That's-
then-
yeah, that's
last few.
Terrible. No, I think realistically, I'd legit put like half of, if I had $70 billion, I'd put half of that into a bunch of charities and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah,
That's
know,
a good
fun
use of the
stuff like
money,
that.
Yeah.
Invest a little bit of it after I learned about investing a lot more, and then I'd just travel and have fun with it.
that'd be good.
Actually, speaking of like charities and stuff, we mentioned yesterday like church last episode like church and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Probably tithe like several billion. What's 15% of
The
70
tithe-
billion?
Tithe basket
look
comes
it up.
around, you see, there's just a check lying.
Whole
Go
bunch
buy,
of zeros.
go
on
buy
it, maybe.
yourself some nice Bibles or something.
That'd
this
be
one's
a,
got- this
a
one's
good
got-
bit of the money.
Silver lined pages.
Got my
You
gold
know-
check here.
Word of God never looked so good before.
We were making jokes about
you guys
sock
hear that?
review
That's-
earlier. I got sock dust from my new socks.
Yo,
on my
sock
laptop.
review.
That would be 10.5.
That's a segment and a
That'd be
half. What?
$10.5 billion. 10% of
10.5
Dude.
billion.
billion.
That's a lot.
You'd make it into heaven with that amount.
This isn't the Catholic Church.
Oh, true.
Uh,
Whoa, a dig at the Catholics.
You're not. It's not gonna. Get you,
1800s Catholics. No,
it's not
okay.
gonna get you. It's not gonna get you into purgatory.
Thank you for clarifying. Now the only people after you are the Spanish Inquisition.
Their ancestors specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was I forgot what I was going to say.
Good
God,
job.
dude, I'm all over the place tonight. The first episode I was actually good with topics, and now I'm like blanking so
we didn't
hard.
talk about it too much beforehand. We've been kind of just going spontaneous mode, you know.
I've been drawing blanks. Wait, okay, when I say that, here's an idea. when I say something,
He's got an idea.
I've got an idea. So when I say something like I'm drawing blanks, what do you guys think of when I say something?
Imagine you sitting at your desk with your drawing tablet, drawing, and there's just nothing there.
Just drawing with white on a white canvas.
I just imagine drawing a blank card like in a card game.
Yeah, because I think of like Cards Against Humanity or something.
Yeah,
How it's
realistically,
a white
that's-
card. You just pull it and it's completely blank. It's just
Yep.
a white card.
I imagine when you say I'm pulling blanks, I think, more than one. So it's like
Yeah.
one
Multiple
after the
cards.
other.
I think of like a
after the
weird
other.
nightmare where I go
Yeah.
I'm like playing Uno.
All the cards are empty.
I'm playing
No,
Uno
no.
and I'm like trying to draw blue and they're all white.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no.
It's all white zeros.
I've got like 16 fingers holding my full deck of cards in
The
my hand.
info deck.
That's really what it's like playing Uno, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's so bad.
Especially if you play the
Yeah.
computer version
Oh
where there
my
is
God.
Oh
an
my gosh,
infinite deck.
dude.
It just goes on and on.
And of course, Ubisoft usually is behind that as well.
Yeah, and trash.
Yeah, and then it gets bad.
Ubisoft is pretty trash on their servers.
Hey, you know what though? That's when you find
Hey,
that's when
Uno's
you find like
lacking.
a infinite card glitch or something. Like exploit it so you can get blues sooner.
Card tricks, but it's digital Uno.
Yeah, I'm counting digital cards.
Gavin's the luckiest person at Uno
Oh, God.
because I'll play with him, Caden, Hannah,
Mhm.
me,
Yeah.
and we'll do
I've seen some of
2v2s.
this.
We'll do 2v2s, and our game will go like an hour.
Dude.
And, like literally an hour,
Oh my
and like
God.
we'll
Dude.
get so close so many times, and like we'll be down to 2 cards or whatever, and Gavin won't have anything
I
to
couldn't do
like
that much
combat
Uno.
us, and so he has to draw, and he starts drawing, and like 2 cards in, he gets a +4,
Oh my
gosh.
god.
random 2, and so he gets to change it to color he wants and a +4 to screw whoever it is,
I swear, dude.
and it's like every time.
The game that I think of when I think of like a card game that takes a really long time is War. You guys ever
Oh,
played
I've
that?
never played it. I don't
think
know
I
what
have
this
once
is.
or twice.
The one I know of, and maybe I'm playing it wrong, but the way I learned War is you split the deck in half, and you flip a card off the top of your deck. Whoever has the higher card takes it and adds it to their deck on the bottom, and you just keep doing that until one runs out of cards, and it is terrible. It is so bad.
Sounds bad.
It's fun because like, it's whoever has the higher card, and you don't know what's next, so you're like and then. By like the 3rd hour, you're like, and then by the 5th hour, you're like, I hate this. Get me out of here. But your pride doesn't
Like
let
Monopoly.
you quit because you're like, oh, I'm so close to winning. 99% of gamblers quit right before they win big.
Always
Wow.
keep gambling.
Let's go to Vegas.
Alex's mentality.
Here we go.
Never quit gambling.
Yeah, thoughts on gambling?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You're
let's ask you first. What do you think about That's a little of a broad topic. If we went to Vegas,
I
are you the
wouldn't-
type of person that would go with like a specific set of money, or would you just go with your card?
I'd like to think I'd be smart enough to go with a set amount, but I would totally go with my card.
I just wouldn't go to
However,
Vegas.
I would start losing pretty
Aren't you sweet,
quickly.
Alex?
I would lose really quickly, and yes, I have a little bit of a gambling tendency, but
We gotta make
I've
slot
played-
machines
I've
on the
played-
Minecraft
Oh
server.
my god!
I've played enough games that like are gambling like
Yeah.
that I think I could actually stop, because I think through that I've proven to myself I could stop it,
Yeah,
but I would
You've
probably
proven
lose.
you can't win. There's no
I
point.
cannot
Yeah,
stop
I would-
myself usually.
I would gamble a lot of money away before I stopped. That
Yeah.
would be the problem. I don't know
Alex-
how much.
Alex, putting aside I'd never go to Vegas in the first place. If you did go to, if Leighton and I
It'd be a
chained
subset of
chained
money.
you to the backseat of a car and dragged you to Vegas, what would you do in Vegas? Just chill
Check
at the
out
slots?
cool hotels or something.
Fair
Take
enough.
pictures. I don't know.
Pictures
Picture
would
would
be
be
awesome
sick.
in Vegas.
So
you get some cool
there's
casino shots or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
there's a thing called the boats in Louisiana that is gambling.
Really?
Yeah, it's where my grandmother used to go a lot.
That's cool.
Yep.
Um,
Fun fact, real quick. Fun fact: the way my grandmother paid for my aunt's wedding was winning gambling.
Are you
my God.
serious?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'd gamble all my money away if I went to Vegas. I'm a terrible gambler, and I have terrible luck.
A
I
bunch
like-
of my family on my mom's side plays poker, and apparently they're really
Dude,
stinking good at it. It's like the entire family.
I really think we should have a poker night.
That'd be
I
kinda
really
fun.
I
think
don't know how to play it well enough. I get
I
some
don't
I
of
either.
it.
never have.
I have a set of chips and 2 decks of cards at my house, brand new, haven't been opened. Actually, 1 deck of cards has been opened, and they are the smoothest cards I have ever felt. I took them out and I held them in my hands, and they just slid regularly along themselves. I was like, oh my God, I'm in heaven. They were so smooth and so perfect. I was just like, I could I could fondle these cards all day long and just feel
So
them like
amazing.
slide along each other because they were right out of the box. Oh my God. I'm so happy.
He's tampered with the cards. I don't trust him.
Cheater.
Cheater.
Yeah, that's why I'm the dealer.
Yeah, cheater.
Well, yeah, I guess
When I was younger, I had a history of cheating in games with my mom.
I
Particularly Candyland. Oh my gosh,
with
my
me
mom has a
being-
video, I think.
with
Of
me
you
of
cheating?
Candyland and Candyland.
Yes.
How do you cheat
What?
in
She went to the
Candyland?
bathroom and I pulled out a bunch of cards and put them in line so I would specifically have like
Dude,
cards.
what?
I was like 10,
Oh my gosh.
maybe younger.
And
actually.
100%. You thought you were being smart, and she noticed.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Not immediately. She was
Oh.
kind of suspicious after I got like 10 good cards apparently.
So
but then she's like,
I used to cheat a little bit, not in a crazy way, but I'm the only one in my family without glasses.
Oh.
Everybody in my family has glasses, and so when I would play card games, I would look in the reflection of their glasses,
Oh.
and I would see what cards they have.
Bro, no way.
And like I was.
Is that just smarter though? Like, is it really cheating, or is it just
It's play smart,
yeah?
I didn't look at your card. You showed them to me.
Yeah, literally
Or
through your glasses.
Just
Or-
move your glasses.
or it would just be something like Jenna or Josh would kind of just let their hand down a little bit.
Oh,
I would
that's for
I would
sure cheating.
lean
Ace.
back a little bit. I'd just kind of
That's cheating.
glance, and
Sometimes
and,
Jason just lays his cards on the table almost, and it's like, pick up your cards.
yeah, but it was always just something where I would I'd take a glance or something like
Kinda
that,
nonchalant,
or
just
I'd look at the reflection of a glass table
my
or something.
gosh.
Dude, reflections were my best friends.
Dude,
Yeah.
But
you were sneaky kind of.
oh yeah, I was on top of it.
The reflections, I don't think is cheating that much.
Really?
Honestly, I don't
Just
think
to
it's
looking
really-
at someone else's cards.
But if the whole leaning back thing, because you're like
Oh, I 100. That's
100%
100%
that
cheating.
cheating. The reflections, I think, is just unfortunate for the person that has the
Wear
glasses.
contacts next
Yeah,
time,
I mean,
loser.
like I don't know what to describe that as, but for some reason, to me, that just feels like using what's at your disposal within the game.
So have you
rules.
ever
Use
cheated
your
then?
resources to your
Yeah,
advantage.
yeah,
God.
That
but
is
your
that has
resources-
always been my argument.
Yeah.
always.
But I'm not saying use your resources as your muscles can lean back and look at, and your eyeballs can go look at the cards.
I've got the
That-
muscles.
No, that's
I've got
not the same
muscles.
thing.
I've got the
It's-
tendons and I've
no,
got the
Not the
muscles.
same thing.
And they've got the lack of brain power to hold their cards upright.
So have you ever cheated then, Leighton?
Oh, probably. I can't remember an
No.
exact instance, but
Oh,
probably.
What a little goody two shoes over there.
Oh.
I just can't.
I don't remember when
Little
I
homeschool
that-
boy.
that
Yeah.
or it's
What are
I've
you
done.
As
talking
if I'm
about?
not.
Yeah, I was
Hey.
about to say.
What about this perspective? That or I've done it so many times I can't remember and don't feel guilty about it.
Ooh.
He's a bad boy.
Yeah, you
Never
did
mind.
say that reflections aren't cheating. So
Yeah, you never know.
he's over
He's
here like
defending
I've
himself.
been
I'm
using
playing-
my
Yeah.
resources for so long.
Yeah, I've been using my resources.
It's just
I
natural
don't
to
know
him.
what's considered cheating.
I take liberty in my rules.
Yeah. You know what? That's the best way to play. Rules are meant to be broken. Rules are not meant to be
I
broken.
don't break them. I bend them to my will.
The only
Rules-
rules of Uno are what you can convince the rest of the table they
Dude,
are.
seriously. Have
favorite
you guys
quote.
ever played
True.
Spicy Uno?
Yes.
Dude, Spicy Uno is so
We
much
gotta do
fun.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I've played Spicy Uno.
Spicy Uno has like 6 other rules to it. And
Like
it's
what?
like
Sky.
one.
zero makes all the hands rotate.
Okay, I've played this.
Clockwise,
I've played this.
and then,
Sevens are
like-
like you get to take people's cards.
No,
and stuff.
sevens or you go silent.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and you can't talk until you play
you
another
talk, you have to, like,
seven.
draw a card or
yeah, if you
something,
talk, you have to draw a card. Every time you talk, you have to
See
draw a card.
on the
Or
on
make
the,
noise.
on the computer
That's a
version.
fun one.
On the computer version, zeros flip the cards.
Mhm.
You know, whatever direction it's going, and then sevens you get to take somebody's deck.
Yeah.
Anybody you choose.
That's one.
But you can
that's
still
what
talk.
ones do.
oh.
And then sixes, you hit the table, and the last
Yeah.
person to hit the table has to draw. And then, I think I can't remember what the other one is. There was one other one I can't remember though. But yeah, so that's Spicy Uno, and it is the most fun version of Uno I have ever played.
Another game
I
you and
bet.
I like is
Yes.
we just bought it at Walmart a while ago.
Oh,
What was the
Here to
game?
Slay.
Here to Slay.
It's
Jake
like,
and I really got into that.
That one's kind of hard to explain in simple terms,
It's Dungeons and Dragons, but it's not as open. It's just cards, and you're just fighting monsters.
and it's not nearly as complex.
yeah, it's
Roll
way
your,
simpler.
roll your dice,
Yeah.
do the action, fight the monster, or do something in spite of the other team.
Yeah, it's really fun. You battle each other
Yeah.
though. It's cool.
I heavily suggested that any listener checks it out because it's a lot of fun. It's by something. It's like Bad Unicorn Games or Unicorn
Something like that.
I don't know. It's a fun game though, and they let you make your custom cards.
Super cool. I
Like
still want to do
hero
that.
cards and everything. It's super fun.
Huh.
I want to draw custom art for it and then like upload it because I think it'd be really fun.
For
really
sure.
fun. I want to draw because all of it's animals. Like all the characters are like cute little animals.
Animals or monsters.
So I want to draw Bag Boy with like fox ears, you know, and he's just kind of like sitting there.
You got to give him like some armor or something too.
Yeah. So that's the fun part about it. Alex, I know you'd have a lot of fun with the animal
Dude,
stuff.
oh my gosh, I could have such a blast.
The
like
AI
creating
ones
custom
that you came
cards.
up with were really cool.
They turned out so good actually.
It was like a
It was an alchemist.
yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to say an alchemist, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to like lump it into that.
I wanted
specifically.
something a little bit more original, than like separate from what the like
Yeah.
actual cards included with the game were.
Dude, fantasy worlds are my favorite things ever. I love fantasy. Wizards, witches, warlocks, you know, well, those are all kind of the same thing. But like, you
Dwarves.
know, like
I
knights,
am a dwarf
dwarves,
and a
like
digging
dragons,
hole.
everything like that.
Diggy, diggy
Oh
hole.
my gosh.
Diggy, that's stuck in my head. I love
Yeah.
that song.
But yeah, those worlds,
Oh yeah.
I love them. And like, but that's the thing, I could never get into like Lord of the Rings and everything like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
It was never really, because I love that kind of stuff, but way too political. Way too,
Fair.
there's a war in the lands and everything. And it's like, as cool as it is to see politics in like a fantasy setting, because, you know, it's a whole different world. It's a whole new, like, way
Government
for
and all
yeah,
that.
and everything like that. It's a whole new way of working. It's
It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, and then Saragorn of Thiensville has been upset at Vladimir of, you know, XYZ land, and it's like, you're like, okay, when do you guys fight? When do the big magic spells come out?
I don't want all these rules. I just want fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to see
Where's
the
the
dragon
action?
breathe fire. Like,
I don't want to wait 9 seasons for it to
yeah,
happen.
that's why I will never watch Game of Thrones.
I was fixing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would sit there and I'd be like, oh my god,
Just
I could
breathe
never
Yeah.
see this.
fire.
I could never watch this. So, yeah, I no Game of Thrones for me.
Yeah, I agree. I never got into any of those popular things like
Yeah.
that. I like fantasy. I wouldn't say I love fantasy. I like it a lot,
Mhm.
but I wouldn't say I love it, because if I loved it, I feel like I would be the person that could get into stuff
Yeah.
like Harry Potter or
I love
like
Harry Potter.
Lord of the Rings or
Harry
something like
Potter's good.
that.
Read
And
all the
I
books.
really never got into either one of them, books or movies. I mean, I've watched a little bit of both,
Yeah.
but not near as much. And I mean, I understand basics, really, really basic stuff about it, but no, I mean, I could never get into it, I don't think.
That's
With
so
that,
fair.
All right, guys, we're gonna cut it off here. We'll probably pick up our fantasy talk, episode 3 again. We can kind of finish this off. Thank y'all for watching. We kind of wanted to have some more fun with this podcast, just because it's good to, you know, have some chill time after your crazy day. That's part of
Yeah.
growing up as well, learning to not work a bunch.
Yeah, the fun also
Constantly.
has to balance out
Yeah.
the seriousness of life. You know, the first episode was a little heavier.
It was our serious episode.
Yeah, it was us getting introductions out of the way, establishing who we are, and now it's kind of to this point where we can sit back and chill out and remember that though, yeah, there are the serious things in life about like careers and, you know, like jobs, and well, those are the same thing, but you know what I mean. You know,
We'll
that-
talk more about it too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
just maybe not a whole
Yeah.
episode unless that's what
yeah,
we
but
see
it's
is wanted.
it's always a good idea to kind of kick back, relax, have a little fun, and get away from the seriousness for a little bit. So
So thanks for chilling with us.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all later.